Welcome to the HORRORble podcast. I am psychic medium Chris Moon.
I'm psychic medium Dee Garcia.
Tonight we're going to be covering
Paranormal experiences.
The ghost box.
And possessions.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the HORRORble podcast. Tonight is our very first episode with two guests at one time. I am here with two very special people. May you guys please introduce yourself.
My name is Dee Garcia. I am a Bruja witch, psychic medium, paranormal investigator, and I love all things dark, scary, spooky, but I am very serious about what I do in the craft, and it's mainly to help people, to heal people. We've also do a lot of, curse breaking, things like that. So there's a lot of what we do that's really interesting, that people find interesting, that I've been doing for quite some time. Been doing, tarot readings as well, psychic readings, tarot readings, things like that. So it's a lot all in one.
And my name is Chris. I see dead people.
Yeah, I forgot to say that too.
Me. So
I see dead people too.
Right. Chris Moon, psychic medium. They call me the electronic medium because I'm best known for using the ghost box. I was the very first person to ever use one in the field. I actually named it Frank's box back in the day.
Okay.
So that's what people know me for. Do a lot of psychic readings. I do a lot of paranormal investigations.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this since I was 7.
Yeah.
So
tell the people a little bit about where you're from. Like, where'd you grow up?
Well, that's part of the trippy part about what's happening right now. Okay. I grew up in Colorado.
Okay.
So I watched you play basketball in Colorado. I was living in Boulder at the time that you were playing basketball. So when we got the invite to come do this thing, I was like, oh, shit. I was like, I used to watch him play. Yeah. So it was really cool. I was like, yeah, this is synchronicity. This was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I would have never known that.
Yeah.
What? I'm kind of shocked now.
Yeah.
Hold on. So are you from Colorado as well?
No. I was born and raised in Texas, Brownsville, Texas.
Okay.
And I actually, I was a teacher for 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
but I always had the gift, psychic abilities. And while I was teaching, I used to have, teachers that would come up to me, hey, pull out your cards.
Mm-hmm.
And, I need some guidance for XYZ, whatever the deal was.
Yeah.
So I always had a pair of a deck of tarot cards or oracle cards with me, and I would use them then. And just as time went on, I just felt something pulling me more towards something else. I still teach, but obviously not, I still, I have classes that we hold for manifestation and, working with crystals, making spell candles, casting, things like that. So I still teach, but it's very different.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it a little bit. How early on did you guys realize that you guys had a gift to either talk to the dead, see the dead, some form of communication with the dead? Like, how early on did that occur?
Well, for me, it was very early on. I was very young, 7 or 8 years old, maybe even sooner. I just didn't know exactly what it was. But I was very young, and I would, I thought I was crazy because I would hear, what people would perceive as whispers, but nobody else could hear it. It was just me. So I thought, okay, I didn't know what it was. I just knew that it was real to me.
So you could hear whispers as a child?
As a child, yeah. And I used to blame because we shared a room, I used to blame my older sister. And I always thought, okay, it's her doing it. It's
like
her.
Pranking you or something?
Yeah, pranking me.
Okay.
And she would always say, no, it's not me until then she started hearing it too. And we knew, because kind of back up a little bit, the house I grew up in was very haunted. Like, everybody in that house experienced something at one point. And when it was, I think because I was a sensitive one. I was the one that would hear the voices, the sounds, the whispers. But then my sister, who shared a room with me, she started hearing it too.
So you knew it wasn't her?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, wait, this isn't you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can get into some scary stories that happened growing up in that house.
We're gonna get into it.
Okay, so that's when I knew. That's when I was very young. As we're growing up, it was one of those things where my parents knew it was happening. And at times they were like, okay, is this an excuse for them to stay up, or is it really happening? But they would feel and hear and see things, a shadow going by, thinking that they heard us talking, and they'd go into the room and we were asleep.
Oh,
Yeah. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And for my sister and myself, there was one experience that happened to us it happened a lot, very repeatedly. And if you ask her now, she doesn't like to think about it, so she'll brush it off, say, well, yeah, but I don't know if it was real. That's always what she says. When her and I are alone, I'm like, that shit
that still
happened.
bothers her.
Yeah, it still bothers her.
Bothers her.
And she's like, no, well, I don't know. We
Yeah.
were little. And I'm like, bitch,
What?
yeah, so I'm like, that happened. And the experience was this. We'd be, up late talking. We had our own beds, but, we would lay down in the same bed because either I was scared or we were just goofing off, talking. And we'd be laughing, joking, whatever. And then we would start hearing footsteps down the hallway. And at first, when it would happen, we would think, oh God, it's Mom. We better stop talking.
Of course.
So we'd be quiet, but we'd hear the footsteps. And the way I explained it to him, it was really freaky because we would hear the footsteps coming down the hall. Boom, 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 boom. And instead of stopping at the door, these footsteps would kind of go through the door into our room. And picture this, two little sisters just like this in the bed,
Tensed up, yeah.
holding hands
Yeah.
just holding hands like this. And then we'd open our eyes and we could feel the presence just kind of lean over like this. And then the breathing, and we'd be squeezing each other's hand until it would just go away.
That's not like your common ghost story.
No.
Because, ghosts are kind of avoiding people or don't want to be seen. But this is like, hey, I'm here.
Because I don't think it was a ghost. I think this was an entity that, like a negative energy that was in that house.
Trying to terrorize you guys.
Trying to terrorize, because that happened to us more than once. And it just stopped all of a sudden. I mean, it's deeper than that.
Right. Yeah, okay.
But when it stopped, we were able to, we just didn't feel it anymore. And then other things started happening. But when we talk about it now, my sister is like, I'm not sure what that was. I'm like, you were as terrified as I was. It gave me the sense where I would hear them. And then sometimes because I could hear them, they would let me know. And I say they, because I don't know how many it was.
Okay.
They would let me know things that were going to happen. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm starting to get information about this is going to happen. If we go here, this is going to... And, my parents would freak out with me. They'd be like, how does she know that? Like, how? And so it's
You
just...
got the inside information.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
Okay.
How early on did you know?
I had an experience at 4 that I didn't know was an experience, but the one that really hit me, I was 7. My family and I moved into a house in Denver. It was actually kind of a suburb of Denver. And we moved into a house in this 1970s vintage kind of place. And no air conditioning whatsoever. It's summertime. Mm-hmm. And we got in there, and I remember just walking in the first time, and it just felt weird, felt strange.
Yeah.
And that night, when I was trying to go to sleep, my bedroom's on the back of the house, and back behind us is this huge hill, and then there's a creek with water and trees, and then back behind that's a restaurant and bar, way off in the distance. So I'm laying there, I'm sweating, I can't sleep, I'm tossing and turning, I hear people talking, glasses clinking, that whole thing. Eventually, I just remember opening my eyes in the room. And as I open my eyes, at the end of my bed, there's a 3-dimensional shadow of a little boy just standing there staring at me. And I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I just sat like this. He never spoke. He just stood there. So in the morning, I got up. I went directly to my father, who's a devout Catholic and a devout skeptic. And I was like, Dad, there's a ghost in my room.
Right.
And I remember he told me, he said, the only ghost is the Holy Ghost. And I knew I was completely screwed at that moment because he was
no
not going to
help
help
coming
me.
for you.
No, I'm done. I'm done at that point, right? So I become an amateur ghost hunter at the age of 7.
Yeah.
And this is back I'm old, man.
Yeah.
So this is back in the day. Radio Shack tape recorders and Polaroid cameras, the whole thing. And I had to set out to prove to my father that these things actually existed. And I got some damn good evidence through the years.
Oh, you found some evidence?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I had voices. I had pictures. I had blurs going up and down the stairs. It never meant anything to him. Never meant a damn thing.
So you had the evidence.
Yeah.
And he was just like, Holy Ghost.
Holy
Yeah.
Ghost. It's either not happening or it's a demon, right?
Yeah.
It's one of the two things. But I mean, we had like crazy things happen. We had doors would open and slam in the middle of the night. We had a baby grand piano that would literally play. You could hear it playing in the middle of the night. And the animals would raise their heads off the bed, but they wouldn't move. And everybody heard it. But he was convinced it was somebody's radio, or, he'd make up excuses all the time.
Or the Holy Ghost.
Yeah. So
He did not want to accept that.
no, he made me feel like I was crazy.
Oh, my
he made me
goodness.
feel like I was nuts. And so eventually I started playing guitar. I became a musician, and that was that. And when we moved into a house about 5 miles from there, the first night I was in there, I had more paranormal experiences that night than I had in my life to that point.
Hold on. How old were you at that time?
Well, now we moved, I was about 16.
Okay.
So, I put it out of my head. I'm like, I'm just crazy.
Right.
So we get to this new house, and I'm in my basement apartment, which I thought was the greatest thing ever. And the next thing you know, I got my cat crawling underneath the door to try to escape what's going
Cat,
on.
like, let me out.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm not
And
doing
cats
this.
are supposed to be like,
Yeah,
protectors,
protectors,
right?
See everything,
Cats
watch
like-
over you.
Like you on your own.
And that's what he
this
took
is
off.
enough.
Yeah, he was out. And so from
Was
that-
your father still currently there?
Yeah, he was there.
But he still didn't care
He
about
still didn't care. No, he thought I was crazy. He really thought I was
no
nuts.
empathy.
But let me tell
No
you the
help from dad.
right. Let me tell you the funny story about what happened. I'll tell real quick. But so I start playing in bands. I'm touring by this point. I'm touring everywhere, and I'm ghost hunting while I'm touring because that was my thing. And eventually, I got a manager who liked doing that too. So the two of us would go ghost hunt together. We retire from music, and that sounds funny. Retire from music, but we had all this evidence. So we opened up this online magazine called Ghost Hunter Magazine.
Okay.
Worst looking thing you've ever seen, but like the best evidence you've ever seen, right?
Yeah.
And then Ghost Hunters comes out on TV, the show. And so everything blows up at that point. But my partner got married and his wife didn't want him ghost hunting anymore. So I go to my father, the skeptic, right?
Okay.
And I say, I'm going to open up, I had this big dream, right? I'm like, I'm going to open up a print paranormal magazine. I'm going to call it Haunted Times. You want to go into business with me? And he's like, yeah, I'll go into business with you because I think you're insane. And I'm finally going to prove it.
Still not believing him.
No. He went in to totally debunk me at that point.
So he went into business to debunk his own son.
Yeah. So we put out this magazine, and we think it's going to be like micro, right? Becomes the world's largest paranormal magazine like overnight. Like every major bookstore, 7-Eleven, everywhere has it, right?
What does Dad got to say now?
So now, yeah, he's laughing about it because he's like, I still don't believe you.
Yeah.
But he comes out on investigations with us all over the country, all over the world, whatever. And the next thing you know, he runs the Capitol Hill Ghost Tour in Denver now.
Look how things change.
Flip flop, yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so.
All right, so then, since we're talking about Dad anyways, at what point did that switch flip where he was like, I believe y'all?
I'll tell you the moment it happened because I remember it clear as day.
Yeah.
So we're at the Sallie House in Atchison, Kansas. We're going back in for an investigation there. And we drive up to the place, no power. Power's cut at this point, right? And we're staying across the street in the governor's mansion, which is now bed and breakfast. So we're talking about everything that's going on and talking about the investigation, how we're going to handle it and all that kind of stuff. He's like, fine. So we come walking out to go to dinner. We look across the street, pitch black, just like right now. And man, wind see?
Oh, yeah,
They
it's
know.
picking up.
They know what's going on. They hear it. So he sees lights flashing out the window at the Sallie House across the street. There's no power. How are lights flashing out? So he goes across the street to debunk it. I said, do not go across that street. I'm telling you, you do not want to see what's there. He takes off into the darkness, right? And he's gone for about 5 minutes. I start getting worried. And then all of a sudden he comes beelining across the street. And he's got this look on his face. And I was like, what happened? He goes, I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. So we get in the car, we go to dinner. And about just before dinner ended, he's like, there's no power in that place, right? And I said, yeah, there's no power. He goes, I was watching these lights flash out of nowhere, like these flashing white lights, these strobes. And I was like, okay. And he says, just about that point, I felt something walk through my body. He said he felt ice cold just walk through him. And he said it felt like it took part of his soul with him when it left. And he went from skeptic, believer at that point.
And since then, instead of trying to debunk evidence, he's been trying to get evidence, like and
He's on the hunt
He's
now.
the master of photos, man. This
Yeah.
guy goes out, he takes photos, he catches ghosts like here.
Yeah, he does. He does.
everywhere.
It's so crazy how he went from wanting to debunk those photos and the evidence to now when he's with us on Paranormal Investigations, he gets the best photographic evidence.
Yeah, we call him the orb master.
Yeah.
Because he's always
Crazy,
picking up
yep.
something that's in the
Yeah,
air,
he really is. So it's crazy how it flips, right?
That's
but
so crazy.
It's personal experience makes that,
You have to go through it for it to
Right.
change your mind.
Absolutely.
So let's take me back a little bit between you guys. How did you guys meet? Was it something spiritual? Was it something horror involved? Was it or not at all?
I think all of the above.
I think all of the above. The way we met, it's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say I was stalking him. I promise you I wasn't.
She was stalking. Where's the camera? She was stalking me.
I wasn't stalking him. He said, "Help me." No, I wasn't.
Yes, dear.
So, at the time, I had a small podcast myself. It was called Phenomena Encountered.
Okay.
And I would interview people that had something to do in the field, in the paranormal field, whether they were ghost hunters, researchers, debunkers, whatever. I would invite them on the podcast and interview them. But it wasn't fancy schmancy like this, okay? It wasn't.
I appreciate it. I'll take it as a compliment. But
It wasn't on set. It was just
Yeah.
through like the little video podcast.
Yep,
Where it was yeah, and I had several guests before him, and I remember I was doing a lot of research and looking into who came up with what equipment, and I came across Chris Moon, the ghost
so
box
you was
guy.
doing your homework though.
I was doing my homework.
Came
I was doing my
across-
homework.
Okay.
You were stalking me.
She knew a lot about me. Let's just say that.
Is that
I
right?
had to. I was going to interview you. So he never left. So
Forever and ever and ever.
did I mention I'm a witch? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
He's like, oh shit.
Oh man.
I'm joking.
I feel bad for
guys.
Chris. Chris is stuck forever.
He's not going anywhere. So
All right. So you
Anyway.
you found him while doing your research.
yes, while doing my research,
Take it
and
in there, yep.
he came on the show, and it was a great show, and it's a funny story actually, because we've always had this like kind of Joker type of relationship back and forth, and I'll never forget on the first, on that the first time I called him on the podcast. I thought, okay, everything was set because, well, that's the information I got from him. Yeah, we're set for the podcast, all that. So I call him for the podcast, and he answers, and he's like, "We're on air, right?" And I'm like, "Hi, Chris Moon, and he's like, "Who's this?" And I'm like, "Hey, it's me, Dee. You're on, Phenomena Couch." And he's like, "What? What? Why are you? I'm having dinner. Who? What podcast? What?" And I'm like, I get quiet. I'm like, because I had done. It was new.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a year old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I felt like. Have you seen Wayne's World?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
I
Yep.
felt like Garth when he's
Yep.
like, I felt like that. I'm on air.
We're having fun.
I was like, because
Hold on. So you didn't like schedule an interview with him?
I did, but
Oh,
he
he
was.
forgot.
Oh no, she totally scheduled.
He was-
I was fucking with her.
He was fucking with me,
Oh, okay. All right.
and I'm like,
Twist. The whole twist. Okay, got
I'm
you.
on
got you.
air, and I'm like, I'm so happy to have you on the pod. He's like, who is this? I'm eating dinner. What? And I'm like,
Okay.
and that's how the friendship started. But then
That's
he's
amazing.
Well,
yeah.
It started with that, and it went on for like a minute, right? So she was like pinning. She's like yelling at her co-host, like, "You told me you had him booked," and all the
Yeah, I had a
this whole
co-host,
that's
thing. And she's, "Well, I'm sorry for all that." I'm like, "Acting," and she's like, "What?" And then we just started. We hit it off real quick.
Literally, I'm like, I gotta go change. I peed myself.
That's amazing.
But that I had him on the podcast, and then from there,
Yep.
we stayed in touch because we were in the same paranormal research, all that, and then we started our own podcast together.
Yeah.
We started doing events together. We started doing paranormal investigations together, and it just blossomed from there.
That's amazing.
And now,
Next thing you know, I moved to Brownsville, Texas.
Brownsville,
yep,
Texas.
he moved to Brownsville, Texas.
Straight
There
from
we are.
Colorado?
Straight from Colorado. I
Gotcha.
packed up all my stuff, and there I took off.
Ain't looked back since.
No.
There you go. All right, so Chris, you mentioned a little earlier about the ghost box.
Right.
Explain to me how that came about to where you felt comfortable enough to use it for its first time, I guess, publicly.
Okay. I'll give you the Reader's Digest. I can go on about this one, but I'm going to give
we here.
I'm going to give you this one. So back in the day, what I was known for was EVP researcher, right? So electronic voice phenomena. I came up with the method. I don't know if you've ever seen any. I'm sure you've seen some of the ghost shows, right? Where everybody stands around and asks questions with the recorder, but they kind of talk over each other during that time. But I came up with a method back in the day to interview spirits, and everybody thought I was crazy. I said, if you want to interact with them, you should talk to them and ask questions. And that's what I would do. I came up with a system on how to actually do that, and it worked. And then people started using it. So I was looking for people to help decipher the EVP, like to pull it out of the static, right? And I put a post up on Yahoo groups. That's how old this is. This is like we're going way back, right?
Yahoo.
Yahoo
groups.
groups.
You don't hear about Yahoo no more.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. But this was tech at the time,
It's
right?
a long time ago.
Yeah. So I put up this posting, and this guy writes me back, and he just starts cursing me out, calling me names. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm an idiot. You know, all these different things. So we go back and forth for like months and months and months. And eventually, my mom was actually, when she goes, "Are you still talking to that guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's telling me." And she goes, "Let it go. There's no reason to be fighting like this."
So you was entertaining him.
Yeah. So finally, I wrote him back. "You stay on your side of the street. I'll stay on mine."
Yeah.
He writes me back, and he says, "You may wonder why I'm such an expert in EVP. I've actually completed Thomas Edison's Telephone to the Dead." And I started laughing. I was like, "Oh, come on. This is nobody knows if that's real." And I didn't think it was real. I was like, "There's no way." So
Telephone to the Dead.
Telephone to the Dead.
That's a dope caption.
Yeah. Telephone to the
So
dead.
it was a myth. Nobody knew, right?
Yeah.
So I write him back. I said, "I would literally fly anywhere you are in the world to see this thing work one time if it's real, right?" Turns out it was 15 minutes from my office.
What?
That whole time.
How does that work?
Right?
Right?
That's not a coincidence.
No.
Meant to be.
That's meant, yeah.
So we set up a serious meeting, at least to me it was, a serious meeting. And of course, the only place to do that, IHOP, right? So
Ghost box and IHOP.
So we took it seriously. My dad and I took it seriously, right? We showed up with the suits on, the whole nice thing and everything else, and ran into this guy and his wife, man. And he was a little short guy with red hair, trucker's cap on, flannel shirt, the whole thing. And he panicked when he saw us because he thought we were some kind of
FBI or
government
CIA
agency,
agents
right?
or something.
It's like, they came to get me. Right. Once we actually sat down and started talking, he started telling the story. And he said he'd always been like a shortwave radio guy. He liked to build with electronics. He was debunking everything in the world. And apparently he read an article in a 1995 Popular Science magazine about voices of the dead coming through a shortwave radio experiment. And so he set it up just to debunk it. And apparently when he set it up, it called him by his first, middle, and last name. And so he shut it off and he walked away. He's like, "No, this can't be real." So about 6 months later, he finally came back to it. He's like, "No, I got to make sure this is happening." Turns it back on. Now, apparently these voices that are coming through, the voices, are telling him how to build a better version of that device. And
Got some smart people on the side.
Yeah.
So he
The voices.
Yeah. So he actually starts building it the way they told him to. And when he built it the way that they said to, he turns it on and it's clear as day, right? So I'm listening to this, and my dad's like kicking me under the table, trying not to laugh. And I'm like, "Hey, Frank, that's really cool, man. Is there any way we could see this thing work sometime?" So he invites us down the next weekend to come to his house. That's where he has his workshop, right? So we show up to his house, and we walk through the kitchen, and his workshop is in the basement. So we start walking down in the basement, and this was like something like a cross between like a 1950s sci-fi movie and Deliverance, somewhere right in those, like in between.
Yep.
There's like fur pelts on the wall, there's crossbows, there's all these different things, wires. So we get to the basement and we go to turn into the room where his workshop is. And I look in front of me and there's a gigantic tinfoil pyramid hanging from the center of the ceiling.
What the hell?
And I turn to my dad, I'm like, "We're not going to make it out alive." So we walk into this room, and I look over to my left, and there's this massive like 1980s computer tower, right? But the face has been ripped off, and he's put a new face on it, and there's like writing and bells and whistles and lights and a little wood speaker up on top. And I'm thinking to myself, "Oh God, tell me this is not it." He walks over, "This is it." I'm like, "Oh." So, because you want to hear it work, I'm like, yeah, I guess. So
At this point, you guys are
I'm
just
stuck.
like,
What am I going to do? I got to get out somehow. So he flips this big silver switch on the front of it, and no joke, it makes the warm up sound. It's like whoa, 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 right?
y'all about to blow up in there.
Right. So I'm sitting there waiting for something to happen, and then through the wood speaker, it sounds like somebody's taking one of those old time radio dials,
Okay.
and is just like tuning it back
Okay,
and
yeah.
forth and back and forth. And I realize what's happening, and I think to myself, this guy built a broken radio, and he thinks he's talking to like ghosts and aliens through this thing. It's probably time to go.
Yeah.
And I look at my dad. He's like, all right. I'm like, Frank, wow, man, thank. This is insane.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
This
sharing
is
this with
insane.
us. And I'm like, this was so great, but we're gonna go ahead and do something on this. But thank you, we're gonna get going now. And we turned our backs to walk out the door, and as we turn our backs from behind you, wait! I'm like, frozen,
Oh shit.
and I slowly turn back, and there's Frank postured, like little dude's postured.
Yeah.
You don't get it, do you? No.
Clearly not.
He says, I'm supposed to build these things, but you're supposed to take this out in the field and talk to ghosts. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, so how much does somebody owe you for something like this, Frank? Like he's gonna hold us hostage, right? And he goes, no, you don't owe me anything. Just take it, go. I'm like, okay. So my dad grabs half of it, and I grab the other half. It's this huge thing, and we basically run as fast as we
Two
can.
halves of a machine.
Running. And my dad's got a Jeep at this point. We
Yeah.
threw. It didn't set. We threw it into the back of the thing, and we start driving away, and we're like panicked.
Yeah.
See,
Let's get out of
see that
here.
fucking pyramid. Oh my god! Like we're panicked, right? And all of a sudden, I started thinking to myself about this huge fight that we'd had back and forth, and I'm thinking to myself, what if this guy like put a dirty bomb in the back of our truck, just waiting for us to get far enough away, and then. But we did not explode.
Hold on. Because I got so many questions.
Yeah.
Whenever you got to where you guys are going, how did you know how to put it together?
Okay, he
Was it simple?
gave us written instructions on how to put this back.
Okay.
together.
Handwritten instructions.
But
Alright.
we got back to our office, and we shoved it on the shelf in front of the door and started laughing
Yeah.
because there was no way this worked.
Right.
It was insanity, right? So it sat there for a year.
A year. They left
A
it there
whole
for a
year.
It
year.
collected dust, and we had a huge investigation coming up at the Sallie House.
Okay.
And I don't know what got into me. We were getting ready to shut down for the holidays, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn this thing on, and I'm going to record it, and I'm going to prove to him that he's crazy. I don't know why it got in my head.
Well, your dad used to want to prove things to you too.
But that's true. But I just thought he
He
was
inherited
insane.
that one.
Yeah.
Right, thank you. So I put it together the way that he says to, and I put a loop recorder for the day. At the end of the day, I get like the big Princess Leia headphones, and I sit down and I start listening to what's coming through. And it's radio garbage, right? And I'm like, ugh. So I start writing down some notes about the case that we have coming up, because we had to leave in a couple of days to get out there. And so I'm writing down, okay, this is the dates we have and all this stuff. And I was like, oh man, I still have this going in my ears. I went to go hit the stop on the software. And just before I hit the stop, it says, your trip to Atchison. And I went, stop. Now, I'm in Denver at this point, right? Atchison, Kansas is a speck on the map, no matter where you go. I'm thinking, what are the chances of that coming through right before I stop the software? Nah, rewind. Your trip to Atchison. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, something's going on here. So I listen to a bunch of stuff, and facts about the case start coming up through the recording, and I start freaking out a little bit. So I brought my mom in, and I was like, hey, take a listen to this. And she's like, yep. And then as she's getting ready to shut it down, she hears ice boat come through.
Iceberg?
Ice boat.
Ice boat, okay.
Now, see, in my family, nobody really knew it. It was kind of a little family secret, but she used to have waking nightmares where she'd go running through she's psychic too, but she would go running through the house screaming because she was thinking that she was drowning in the ocean, trying to hold children above her head, her 2 kids above her head.
Your mom.
And it was ice. We think it's probably the Titanic, right?
Okay.
She would
So-
have that like
Right.
past life connection or something.
But the way
to
it
that.
said, because it called her name and said Paulette Ice Boat. And so tears welling down her face. So I'm like, okay, there's something to this. So we're heading out to Atchison, and it's supposed to be, midday when we get there. We have car trouble. It's dusk when we get there. Now, we pull up to the place, and my mom's like, good luck. She's like, she's not going in. Without the big team, she's like, I know that house. I'm not going in. So my dad and I haul the big thing up to the nursery, which is the most haunted room in the place. Set it up with Frank's instructions, do the whole thing.
Got the handwritten manual.
And I'm putting it all together. He's still a skeptic at this point.
Okay.
He's a hardcore skeptic.
Gotcha.
So I'm putting the whole thing together. Okay, I got it. I turn it on. It starts making its broken radio sounds. And I had the idiot moment of my life because I realized nobody's ever used this before. So I'm standing in front of this thing, and I'm like, if there's any ghosts in here who want to talk, please speak to this thing. Yeah. The Frank built, it's good. I heard things. Thank you. And then I said, technicians assist. I don't know why I said that. I just said, technicians assist. My dad gives me a look, man. He's like,
wasting our fucking time.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So at that point,
disappointed in him.
He's like, you idiot, right? So we get about 2 steps down, heading out of the place, and all of a sudden he goes full blast 10. White noise, just blaring. We freeze.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. Somebody turned the volume all the way up. Now we're standing on the stairs like this, like freaked out, hair shot up, the whole thing. And it felt like hours. It was maybe 30 seconds. But all of a sudden, over the speaker, this voice comes through, clear as day over the static. And it says, Sallie, listen. Now, my fingernails dig into the wood on the banister, and I start hunching over like this, and I look at him, and he's doing the same thing like this. He hears the same thing I do. The craziest thing I've ever heard, still to this day, the voice of that little girl, the spirit of that little girl starts coming through the box. This entity, this technician, was actually teaching her how to use the device. And they start speaking back and forth and back and forth. And we stood there listening to them talk back and forth till it was pitch black in the house. We finally got outside. We got every piece of recording equipment we had, and we pointed it directly at that machine. And we collected about 30 years of EVP that, in that little trip that we had, because we were able to talk not only to that little girl, but also to the people in that town from the 1800s. We were able to have them come through. They gave us so much information. We actually were able to go back and find that information in the books that we would have never known.
That's crazy.
And she actually led us to her killer.
What?
By name.
That's crazy, right?
By name.
By name.
You can't make that up.
No. So that was my first experience. And so I went from respected EVP analyst to lunatic in 2 seconds, because I told people, I got on a radio show, and I told people, hey, I've got this magic box that brings through the voices of this. Click, it's done. So
get this weirdo off the phone.
The only thing that saved me at all, saved my ass, was I was holding events called Ghost Hunter University. They were the first of their kind. And we would take the public into purportedly haunted locations, and then we would actually train them on how to be a ghost hunter and take them on a ghost hunt. Lizzie Borden House, Waverly Hill Sanitarium, all these different places. And they would actually start hearing the spirits come through. They'd have conversations and talk to these spirits. And eventually what happened was the attendees would start to hear their loved ones who passed away coming through in their own voice. And I wanted nothing to do with that at all. I was like, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to talk to these ghosts.
He's like, I'm here to investigate.
They're like, you fucking asshole, right? Because
that's my grandma.
They're like, dude, my grandma was. I'm like, that's not why we're here. And I go back to what we were doing. And I wasn't trying to be cruel. I wasn't trying to be harsh. It was just the fact that wasn't what I was interested in, right? I'm like, talk to your grandma on your own time. I don't have time for this.
Not everybody got this
right.
He's like,
big machine to talk to their grandma.
Your grandma coming through. Tommy, grandma. That's not why we're here.
So,
do that on your own time. Get your own device.
The word got out about this, and I used to be really good friends with Chip Coffey, who did a lot of TV shows and stuff. And he said, you got to start doing this for people. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it for people. So he tricked me into doing an event in Savannah, Georgia. Yeah. He said, just come out and talk about the machine. It's amazing. Talk about your ghost hunting, blah, blah, blah. And so what he did is he brought out a radio show, like a live remote radio show, a microphone, a PA system, speaker,
Yeah.
you know, like a microphone over the device.
Yeah.
And he made me do readings for every single person at this convention. And I'm not hand to God, every single one that came through was the loved one.
Was accurate,
You know,
just-
people were falling down on the ground, crying, screaming, the whole
Because
thing.
they could hear their
Yeah.
loved one, their father, mother, grandmother.
Let me ask you this. When you're listening to this, are you hearing what they're hearing, or are they only hearing that?
Oh no, I'm hearing it too. I can hear more than they can. Basically, what I tell them is, because my abilities are natural, right? I can sit here and do a reading just as well as I can use the machine. But the thing is, it's like, if you imagine it, it's like plugging a guitar cord into my head, and what comes through that machine is what I'm hearing. So you get the experience of what I pick up on.
Wow.
So.
And you have the same ability.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me ask you, did you guys do a reading before you came here?
You know what? We didn't.
Okay, that's
No, we
two.
came in cold.
I got two now where I've had another person that has that ability and they didn't do it
Yeah.
before they came here. I'm surprised.
I did it. Yeah. Yeah. It didn't even cross my mind to.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah.
I kind of like to just experience it when it happens.
There you
you
go.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
At any moment, can something come through?
All the time.
So like we could be on this podcast and something could
Yes.
All
click.
the time. Yeah.
Hopefully it's nothing too crazy.
And like for me, if I'm walking through a location, a house, you know, a field, whatever, I've had moments where like I'm like, wait, hold on, I have to turn around because something's calling me.
Well,
Something.
Whoa.
shit, I can tell you a story about that. Well, we can both tell the
Yeah.
story.
Tell us.
We were in Gettysburg. We were doing Facebook Lives a lot.
Okay.
And we had some friends of ours who were out there in Gettysburg. And they said, hey, you should come with us to Sachs Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's really haunted. You could probably do a great live. So we're on the live. I just have the ghost box. That's all I got.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
At this point, has the ghost box made a transformation?
Drastic transfer.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it
now
wasn't the big.
I just want to make sure
Yeah, you
he's
know.
still not taking
we're
this.
jumping timelines here. Yeah,
It's
no,
portable now. It's
like
small
here.
handheld now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Running on gel cell batteries, right? Thank you for bringing that up, because people are
He's
picturing
there
me out
with
with
the
this
big-
huge-
Two-piece machine. People
I
got
got
to
a
set up.
generator going. Yeah, no.
Got to crank it up.
Hold on, Chris.
It's not like that. It's handheld. At this point.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, but we're at Sachs Bridge. We turn it on. Don't know what to expect,
Mhm.
but we start getting soldiers that are coming through.
Yeah.
And
Soldiers.
yeah, soldiers. And I guess we kind of came to the thing. They wanted to be spoken to as soldiers. They didn't want, what's your name? How are you? They wanted
The Tin
soldiers.
Huts.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, step forward. So we started talking to them like that.
And they started to
Name and rank, so that they would come up and they would give name and rank.
and they started to realize several of them started to ask for help, that they wanted to, because they started to realize, wait, I've been stuck here. They were ready to
Move on.
They had been for a long time.
They had been there for a long time. They
So-
needed help.
So we start talking to them, but we're not, our usual is very kind. We're like, let us help you. Let's bring you through. This time, soldier, step up. What's your name? What's your name? Talking about these different things. And they would come forward and we'd say, are you ready to go home? And we'd give them this whole scenario. And then you would start hearing like their family on the other side crying out to them, telling by name to come home. And we were actually
We could hear all this through the box. Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually witnessing the crossings of all these soldiers one by how many? 50?
Gosh, it was a lot of them. It was a lot.
It was a lot
It was
that
a lot
night.
of
This
them.
was like all
This
night.
is live. This is live.
Yeah, and we were live on Facebook, so the people that were watching were hearing this too. And every time, well, not every time, but the majority of the time, when some of them would cross over, and you could hear them meet up with their loved ones on the other side,
You hear like laughing.
you could hear
crying.
laughter, you could hear applause.
You could hear
like a reunion almost.
Yes.
You could hear
like a
angel
reunion.
choirs coming up.
Yeah.
like literal angel.
And it
choirs
sounds like no way, but
sounds like a movie.
Yeah,
Do you guys have this recording still?
it's
Is
hard.
it on
we
Facebook or
have to.
something?
It's got to be on Facebook.
It was on
somewhere.
Facebook Live.
I gotta
so-
check this
And
out.
this
Yeah.
that's not even an uncommon. These are
Yeah.
like normal things that
We've
happen.
got so many where we have live spirit crossings, and you hear it, and like the way Chris does it, he'll ask questions and he'll tell them like, okay, he has them follow steps, like, okay, I'm gonna help you cross. I want you to close your eyes. Like, imagine that you're closing your eyes.
It's
look
like
to the
a
left.
visualization.
It's a visualization exercise, and
because the light's always here, right? They can leave anytime they want. They don't understand. So I have them go through this visualization, and when they see the light, because they're
It
not,
tells them to go.
Yeah, they'll actually see what's a physical person there, which is not physical to us; it's physical to them.
Right.
And that's my guide, that's my technician, and he'll actually walk them through, and he'll take them through to the light, get them to their family. But there's like, I mean, literally it was over 50 that night.
Yeah, it was a lot of them. And
so we're walking them through, and people are crying. It's a whole thing. So we got that done. We wrapped it up. We're like, okay, that's the night, right? And this one, man, she'll do some weird shit sometimes. Like all of a sudden, we're walking along.
something takes over me, and I can't help it. Like
Okay.
it just.
But this is pitch, like out here, it's pitch black.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, she runs. I'm like, what? Like a little kid. I'm like, what are you doing?
Where were you going?
I stopped, and something was calling me. I was like, oh, there's something over there, and I knew it wasn't bad. If something wanted my attention, so I turned around. He says I ran. I don't think I ran. I just turned around. He was talking to the other people that were there, and I start walking. But it's like I go in a trance. It's what happens to me. I go into like this trance, and I'm just like, and I start.
But were you trying to get away from something or
No,
go towards
walking
it?
towards it.
Okay.
I go into this trance. It's like, okay, I need to communicate, and I start walking towards it, and then I guess I could hear him in the distance, D. But I'm so entranced in this, like I have to go communicate with this spirit that I'm focused on. Because if I turn to look at him, I lose that connection.
Right.
So as we're chasing her, my friend Amanda grabs my shoulder. She goes, do you know where she's going? I was like, no, I don't know where she's going. She goes, that's the field of the forgotten soldier. There's like over 100, 200, 300 soldiers that are still buried in this big unmarked grave.
They were just
They
left there.
basically left them, and the land went over the top.
Yeah.
So this is like a huge haunted area we didn't even know about. But she's seeing things. She's
I'm
running
seeing,
off
like with my eyes, I could see them all standing in the field, all just right in front of me.
Obviously, the ghost box session is what brought them all up, but they didn't get through. They were like the waiting room that was still there, right?
We're waiting for our number.
Hey, man. So,
Hey, you talking to Chris and Dee today too?
yeah, exactly.
if we get picked
You
today.
hear too, right? So all I've got is the ghost box, and my iPhone. What was it? 5 or something like
Yeah,
that.
this was
This is a long time ago.
iPhone 7 or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It was one of the early ones, right? But I'm like,
They start turning on the flashlights on the phone. I'm like, don't do it. And they're like, why? I'm like, because I could see them better in the dark. As soon as they turned the light on, I couldn't see them. So then I'm focusing, and once I have that like energetic communication with them going, where I'm like telling them, you know, with my mind, like just stay right there. Then I'm like, okay, turn everything on, because I could feel them kind of like understanding when I'm trying to let them know that we're here to help. And I said, okay, turn on the lights, So then he turns the flashlight on. I'm like, okay, let's take pictures. So we start talking to this one, or to all of them that are there, because Chris is like, I don't see anything.
Just in general, and my phone's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
But I spoke to him like I spoke to all the rest. I said, we would really appreciate it if you would show yourself, so we know that you're here. We just want to be able to know if we turn on the box that we're doing this. So I snap a control picture first. Nothing. You can see some city lights off in the distance. There's a kind of wood fence over here. And I said, please show yourself. And I snapped the next picture. And then in front of us is this mist that's like right here in front of us. You can see this clear mist. It's like, okay, that was not there before. Yeah. And I said, okay, you're doing great. Yeah. I said, but I need to really understand and see you. And so I snapped the next picture. There is a Confederate soldier standing there.
We have that picture.
Clear as day. Standing there, looking directly at us. And we're like, I never saw an apparition like that in my life. I was like, but he's just standing there. He's like, all right, I'm here. I'm waiting.
This is what y'all asked for.
Yeah, exactly. And then we realized, and this is on an iPhone.
Yeah.
iPhone.
Older one.
Old
Yeah.
iPhone. His horse is with him.
What?
Yeah. And we didn't realize the horse was in that picture until years later, like maybe 2-3 years later.
We
because,
blew it up.
Yeah, because we put that picture in our presentation that we take, because we get booked at universities and colleges, and they book us to come out and do presentations, and we show them pictures, evidence. So
That's amazing too.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we show them, pictures, evidence. We take them out on ghost hunts, things like that.
Yeah.
So we're at, was it Carroll University? I don't remember which one it was.
Might have been
But
Carroll.
I think it was Carroll University. We were at this school, and we're showing the pictures, and then one student's like, wait, after everything, could you go back to the Confederate soldier? And we're like, okay, yeah, sure. Can't believe we never caught this.
She saw it.
She saw it. She's like,
There's
there's the horse.
And you can see the head of the horse.
And then she came
there.
up and pointed at this, and we're like, there's the horse. Oh my God.
So the horse stayed with the soldier in death. They stayed together that entire time. That's how bonded they were.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
Right?
Didn't leave you even when we died.
Yep.
But we crossed them.
Yeah, we crossed them. We crossed them after that picture.
So that night, how many people y'all think y'all left behind?
God.
Probably hundreds.
Probably a lot.
They still waiting in line.
I feel bad.
Well,
Chris
we
and
go
Dee
back
gotta
all
come
the
back.
time, though. We do. We go back all the time.
And every time we go back, I
We hit-
feel it. I'm like,
Yeah.
they need help.
Yeah.
They need help.
We do crossing.
Yeah.
We did another episode where we did another crossing.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You guys are, at this point, you guys have had, I guess, friendly encounters, right? How many times has there been a negative encounter?
Oh man.
Like, can we talk about at least one of the experiences
yeah.
for each of you
We'll talk
guys
about
or
10 of
something
them if you
negative?
want.
Oh my God, we could talk about several.
Let's talk about it.
Man, you want me to go first?
Yeah, I've been talking.
So one of my most negative encounters happened when I was very little, which is what really I think fed my curiosity for the paranormal, or my need to know what it is, because I know that there's something out there, and I think this experience is one of the things that really, because I always wanted, for the rest of my life, stayed wanting to know why, what is it, what's out there, what's in the dark, so do you remember those little troll dolls?
Yeah, I do. With the hair.
With the hair
Yeah,
and the little
with
gems.
the hair, yeah.
So I loved those things, and I collected them, and I collected a bunch of them, to the point where, thinking back on it now, it's kind of weird, because I had so many of them on my like dresser drawer thing that if I think back now, it kind of looked like an altar.
Oh, here you go.
Kind of looked like an altar, but there was my collection. I had them all there, and I loved those things. I loved them. So the weird thing that started happening, and it started happening with those dolls, is I always had them. I'd play with them, then I'd put them back. I had them in their spot.
Yep.
But like I'd wake up, and they wouldn't be on the altar anymore.
They running around.
They'd either be on the floor, like they'd fall, or the freakiest thing that started, because I would always blame my sister. I always blame her. It was you, because she would make fun of me for being scared. And then I would wake up and they started to appear on my bed. We slept on bunk beds. I slept on the top, and they started to appear like right next to me. And I'd be like, okay, so I'd climb
Hold on,
down.
so they were on this altar and they end up next to you?
Next to me. And then the freakiest thing that happened one time that I woke up and I screamed and my mom came running in, it's because every single one of those, it was about 12 or 15 of them. One night, put them all there, go to sleep. I woke up because I felt something, like an energy just, like do that to me. And I open my eyes and I look over, all of them are lined up. All of them. Yeah, they're all lined up. And
Like standing up?
Standing up, just staring at me. And I screamed, Mom! She comes running into the room. She couldn't open it. Something locked the door.
Yeah.
She eventually...
She couldn't get in?
She couldn't get in. She couldn't get in. Nothing else was happening. Those dolls were just there.
You didn't knock them all over?
No, I was just like, oh, God. Because even though that was scary, there was something that I didn't want to hurt them.
Okay.
See, there was like some connection there. And now I'm not saying that those dolls were bad, but the way I see it now is that an entity or an energy, if they want to affect someone, I think they're going to use whatever you like or whatever you're obsessed with as a doorway.
To.
Yes. So I was obsessed with those dolls. Right. So they use that obsession. That's what I believe now. Yeah. So she gets in there. My mom blames my sister too. You better stop, doing this. You're scaring your sister. We put them back and stayed like that. Well, after that, I started noticing.
Hold on, you kept the dolls after that?
I did.
You had to burn those that night.
My mom wanted to get rid of them, and it made me angry.
Yeah.
Okay.
To get rid of them?
Yeah.
So
see,
connections.
The story gets worse.
Yeah. Okay.
It would make me angry. My sister would say, "Just get rid." She started getting afraid of them. So when my sister would grab them, I would be filled with this rage. Little kid.
You tied to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They use that obsession to. So that's why I'm obsessed with possession films. We'll get into that. Yep. So I started to it would piss me off, right? And to a point, not just like fighting, like it got to a point where I started to, I was at this like crossroads eventually where it was like I could keep going, or I was like, I'm realizing this isn't me. And some part of me, and this is something that later on adults would tell me, like the fact that I was able to discern that at such a young age, I was like, wait, this isn't me. Because I would get so angry thinking that my sister wanted to get rid, or my mom wanted to get rid of, that like I would have this rage where I wanted to hurt my sister. And I would never want to hurt my sister, right? And it just, I on my own asked for help. I went to my mom and I said, Mom, I need help. I don't know what's wrong, but I need help. I need help. And she's like, well, what's the matter? She's like, and I told her, like, I want to do these things, but I don't want to do these things. And I think it's the dolls, but I don't want to get rid of them. Like, I just had this, and it was like this rage back and forth. And now at the time, my mom was very much into church. She was going to church all the time. We used to go with her, but it was so weird because I had stopped going. I stopped wanting to go. I think when this started happening more, I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And I don't want to go.
Off.
Yeah, something was off. My sister would still go with her.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to go. And then I remember I cried, I sobbed to my mom. I was like, something's happening to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. And then she was like, we need to get rid of this. I don't want to get rid of him. Like, it was just this back and forth. So finally she forced me to go with her to church. And at this point, I'm like maybe 11,
Yeah.
10 or 11 years old.
She's still a baby.
Yeah, still a little girl. And she like forced me to go to church. She grabs all the dolls, puts them in a bag. We go to church. The pastor of the church says, come in before the service so we can talk. And so he's talking to my mom, and I hear him tell her, there's something with her. There's something with her. And that pissed me off. So I'm just sitting there like, I want to go. And then I'm like, why am I so angry?
Something got a hold of you.
Yeah, something got a hold of me.
Yeah.
And we sit through the service. I'm really frustrated. I'm annoyed. I just don't want to be there. And after the service, this fear came over me. And I didn't know why I was afraid. This fear just came over me after the service. And I'm like, oh my God, it's going to happen. But I realized now as an adult, those were not my thoughts. Whatever had a hold of me was what was thinking, oh my God, they're going to get me. Oh my God. Because that's what was going through my head. Right before the prayer warriors started doing the prayer, and they had the anointed oil that they use in the Christian church, or the anointed oil, and they all gathered around me, and I remember but don't remember because I kind of blacked out. I really did. All I remember is they're starting the initial prayer, and what I remember from me is that I let out this like scream that shouldn't be coming out of an 11-year-old.
Oh my goodness.
And I still remember it like this from the gut of my stomach. And I'd like just roar, and I fell back, and I don't remember anything. Now my sister, of course, who was there, traumatized watching all this happen.
Right.
And my mom just like hitting her, saying, keep praying, because she stopped. And then everyone's telling me, you need to keep praying. Now I'm thinking like, why didn't they just let this poor, my sister was little too.
Why did she have to be?
Get her out of there, right?
Some kind of child abuse.
Yeah. But she's praying too while this is happening. And she told me afterwards, they couldn't hold you down. And my mom, of course, later told me, that they couldn't, all these men, and I'm a little girl, right, just there, and they couldn't hold me down. It took hours, apparently. Hours and hours and hours.
Of praying?
And exorcising the demon out.
So I was literally going to ask you, this is technically an exorcism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an exorcism. And it took a long time. And I knew I was okay when I came out of it because I felt, even though I didn't throw up, I felt like I had thrown up just gallons and gallons and gallons of something. And I felt so empty, but I felt relieved.
All the bullshit came out.
Yeah. And I felt, and I was like, oh my God, I can breathe. And then I'm looking at my sister and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I felt like myself again. After that, he did this prayer ritual, what I call it now, because I know that like with religion and stuff, they always have this thing of using the word ritual, but it is what it is. That's what he did this prayer and ritual because he told me about it, where he sealed me in the light. He's like, and nothing will ever be able to, and I was warned, it's always going to try. It's always going to probably be around, because once it gets you once, it's going to want to get you again. So I know it's whatever that is probably always lurking.
Waiting for its moment or something.
Well,
Yeah.
and they can't get back inside of her, but they will attack her all the time.
Yeah.
She gets scratched and burned. She even had, we were at a place in Iowa, and they actually, Native Americans actually ritually burned her. You could see the burned on her. It was like a branding on the side of her face. It was intense.
Because what came through the box is that it was a native like spirit or entity that didn't like what we were doing there, and I was the chosen
Well,
Did you feel this burning sensation?
Yeah.
Because we started filming it as it was happening.
They were filming, and it was
And
coming.
They kept telling her wrong blood, wrong blood. They didn't want her on the land. So, yeah.
What did they have against you?
I think it was another tribe,
Another tribe, yeah.
Mexican
Oh, shit,
indigenous.
yeah, of
You know,
course.
So they didn't want her there. They didn't like her being there.
that's what we. I mean, we never got a clear answer.
Yeah.
But that's what wrong blood. Maybe it was
Right.
that. I was like, come on,
I'm
man,
pretty
I
sure
shouldn't be
that's
the wrong.
That's crazy.
I'm looking at him like you should be the. I'm just kidding.
Hey.
She was ready to sacrifice Chris.
She's like,
Y'all can have him.
I'm like,
Leave me alone.
I got cooler here. No, I'm just-
you're right.
no, but that, that's always lurking, and but I do always feel protected, which is what has really helped me face, like when somebody is in that same situation that they tell me there's a negative entity, I need help, I need curse breaking, I don't know, I don't feel fear now because I feel that protection.
Well, I'll tell you, dude, we were in New Orleans a couple of weeks ago, and we're walking, it's middle of the night, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., we're walking back to our hotel, and we had just run into like a tour guide. It was the weirdest thing. Ran into a tour guide, talked to him for a minute, and we're walking up the street, and I looked over across the street, and at first it looked like a homeless guy with a shopping cart. That's what it kind of looked like at first, kind of
But
like
it wasn't that.
real dark and shadowy. And I was like, oh man, I just kind of noticed him, but I got real bad vibes. And then I realized it was not a homeless man with a shopping cart. It was actually a demon. It was actually, you could see
It was
the full figure.
faceless.
Full
So
figure.
This demon looked like he was like a shape of that.
Yeah. Yeah. He
And that was
transformed
the
him into the
entire-
shape of it, trying to get our attention. Because,
Trying to get my attention.
and what did I say?
He's like, don't look. And I looked, didn't have a face.
Don't look, and you look.
And what
This
did
is our
I do?
relationship right there. That's how that works.
Don't look, Dee. All right. But it didn't have a face. It was really creepy.
She's like, that's a demon. Shh.
Yeah.
I started laughing. I said, fuck that demon. And straight away we walked up the street. And then, because if you don't give them your attention, if you don't give them your
You don't
energy,
feed into it,
that's
yeah.
the end of it right there. It's done
Yeah.
at that point. And that's the whole thing.
Yeah, and that's one of my scariest things, facing demons like that. And well, that situation. I mean, I had others as adults, but to me, that one is always the one that the most frightening one, because my soul felt like had I not received that help, I wouldn't be who I am right now. I maybe wouldn't be here.
Now,
And-
I've racked up 5 possessions so far, so amateur. But
Hold on. Hold on. What you mean you racked up? Like you felt something taking
I have
over
been
you?
possessed 5 times, 5 separate
Can you
times.
tell us about one of them? One that
cl-
you're willing to share.
Yeah, the one I can talk about the most.
Mhm.
I was at the time at Mardi Gras.
Okay.
In New Orleans. I was invited down there for Mardi Gras, and
Went down there to have a good time.
I did.
and
I went to have a good time. Well, and see, that's the thing. You open yourself up because you're drinking, you're having
Yeah,
fun,
of
whatever the
course.
case might be. There's a lot of things that happen while you're down there. So I'm having a good time because I work hard. I do a lot. So, and I had an event coming up the following couple of days after that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy myself for a couple of days. And I remember sitting around at a bar, and I got this feeling like this really heavy, like my shoulders felt heavy. And I was like, man, I think I'm coming down with something. And I thought, oh God, no, this will be bad. I won't be able to do my event. It's a whole mess. So over the next day or so, my whole body just felt numb. And pretty soon, it's so hard to describe. I was like a passenger in my own body. Like I could see, but not from here. It was back here. And I was looking out. And
That's
I
what
realized
it feels like.
I was losing control of the things that I was doing, and I was losing control of the things that I was saying. Like I didn't want to say nasty things, but I couldn't help it. I'd say and start somebody crying or upset or something. I was like, what did I say? What am I doing? So pretty soon I'm at the full blown, sitting there like a full blown passenger in my own body at this point. And they would snap me back in, they snap me back out, they snap me back in, they snap me back out. And long story short, my mom, not knowing what else to do, we got back to Colorado. She took me to a church. And she's not even religious, but she took me to a church.
What do you do at that point, right?
And she sat me in there. She says, you have to talk. You've got to do this. And she started talking about all the good. She talked about my daughter. She talked about all the positive things I had around me, my family, all these kind of things. And all of a sudden, I just started like rocking back and forth. And I remember this feeling of like this oppression on me. But I relayed the story of a man in New Orleans. I guess he was gay. And okay, no, I'm serious. I know. I'm trying to tell. I relayed this story, and he was like with the church. He was like with the church down there, but they found out he was gay, and they killed him. They killed him for being
That's
gay.
fucked up.
Yeah,
Aw.
yeah. But that was the whole thing. It's like he gave his life to this thing, but when they found out that he was gay, they killed him. So he attracted the demonic entities at that point, and that's what hit me. And so he wanted to tell his story. So
Well, I was gonna say that's probably why he possessed you, because he probably wanted his story
he
to be
wanted
told.
his story told, but the demons wanted my energy.
What?
So I'm sitting there I'm rocking back and forth, and I'm literally just spitting out this story. And my mom is like this. And after it was all done, I just kind of collapsed. I just kind of fell over. And she's like, "Do you know what you just said?" And I was like, "Yeah, I remember everything." But I had full control back of my body at that point. But I was experiencing all of it, man. I was experiencing the beating or the hanging, all of it, the whole thing.
So this gay guy that went through this horrendous time.
I'd say like 1700s,
Yeah.
you know, something like that. Yeah, the church.
That far back?
Yeah, the church found out, and that was their thing, is to he loved the religion, but they didn't love him, and that's why he completely turned back against it.
That's
But
sad story.
There was a point where we were, before I got rid of it, we were walking down the street in New Orleans, and I was trying to hold it together, and we had just come from Muriel's seance room, and we had done a session up there, which I shouldn't have been doing sessions at that point.
No.
And so
Still doing
yeah, so we're walking.
We're
back,
asking for it right at this point.
But I'm walking back. We're staying at Lafitte's Hotel, and that's where we're doing the event. And as I'm walking down the street, my father is actually the one who saw it. He saw something a shadow come out of the wall and try to pull me into the wall, and he actually grabbed me and pulled me back out of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hold on. Who's seen this?
My dad.
The non-believer?
Well, he's a believer at this point.
Okay, at this point, he's
we're
caught up.
past it.
He's
We're
like,
past it,
He's
yeah.
got to, at this point, he believes.
He's there. But no, he saw it, and I wouldn't have known, because my eyes were rolling back in my head,
Yeah.
and I felt like I was going to pass out. And I had the machine in my hand, and I started walking back like towards the wall.
The ghost
and
box
he said,
this time.
he
ghost box in your hand?
And
Yeah.
he sees a shadow reach out like this to pull me in, and he grabs me and pulls me across. This was on Bourbon Street. This was like at the very tail end of Bourbon Street.
I'm so happy when I went to New Orleans, I didn't experience none of this.
Man, you got to be so careful in there. That's one time.
Yeah,
you gotta
be careful in New Orleans.
I love New Orleans, but
Yeah.
it will take your soul. It will take your
I got
soul.
some experiences out there myself.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
small ones, but
Yeah.
no demonic possession.
That ain't good.
Most
That's
of
all
my
that matters.
experiences in New Orleans are fun. They're good. They're
Yeah.
small, little, but nah, I thank God I don't have any possession stories from New Orleans.
You can definitely feel the energy there. It's a
Oh, yeah.
little
Right when you
different.
get in,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
That's the one place you go and you just
Mhm.
feel it right when you get there.
So now you guys do ghost hunts and together?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Walk me through like a normal night of how you guys would approach doing one of these.
So it's usually we're like for a class. We'll
Mhm.
actually like teach everybody. Like I said, the Ghost Hunter University. We'll actually teach them how to use the tools, things to look for, things to look out for, and then we'll take them to a haunted location. It could be, you know, an old building. It could be a cemetery. It could be whatever the case might be. But we actually walk them through, and it becomes a training course in the field, so they're able to see and experience these things for themselves. It's probably not fair that we have the ghost box right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because I don't think many times when you go out with a group, you're going to start getting the communications that we do.
Okay.
Because we're literally talking to. We can walk up to a gravestone and you know say, you know, Rosa, are you here? And
Right.
you'll start hearing Rosa come through and relay information.
Yeah. It's really cool. And usually what we do is we'll do like ghost hunt investigations in sections. It'll be like before we start using the equipment, I always say that my favorite piece of equipment is just the self.
Mhm.
You go in and we start to, and we even tell the people that are with us, you know, try to tune in. Do you feel anything? Touch the wall. Do you feel anything? Some do, some start opening up. Some they're like, I feel nothing, you know, but
Probably me.
but you know, before we turn anything on, we go into the room just to see if we feel anything. Then we'll turn on equipment. We'll go through trying to catch EVPs,
Yeah.
photography.
Mhm.
Of course, we always have a camera going. But the best thing, I'm addicted to using it too, only because you hear it like just coming through. You don't have to sit around and wait. If you don't have the ghost box, like you'll have to sit around and wait a while before maybe you catch an EVP, or maybe one of your REM pods or something goes off and buzzes. But with the ghost box, you turn that sucker on, they start coming through.
It's like a magnet. You turn that thing on there.
Yeah.
All right, so for the people at home watching this, and for myself, how would I get my hands on a ghost box?
Well, there's copies everywhere now. So
But
back
are they
in,
legit?
well,
Some are pretty good.
the people who followed Frank Sumption, the guy I told you about, the people who followed him, they have put together some pretty good stuff for the most part. But there's people trying to cash in out there too. They have built broken radios and they just try to, scare. It's good for a sleepover. It's not really good for a ghost hunt.
Yeah.
So you just have to be careful what you get.
Okay.
And the truth is, it's a medium's tool.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a medium, you're probably not going to pick up as much as somebody else. So
there are also a lot of apps, are supposed to be like ghost box apps, and some of them, we've tested some of these to see if they work. Some of them are good. The majority of them are crap. They just
they spit out scary words, and that's what
you think they're programmed to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes sense.
I mean, it's an algorithm.
Of course.
When it comes down to it, that's why I only trust the hardcore equipment, because that's going to tell you what's really there. I mean, and that machine has done things that I would never think possible. Like it's mimicked my voice, it's mimicked other people's voices and brought them through. It's shut down on its own. When you ask too many questions about faith, you'll watch the knob just click, turn off. If it doesn't turn off the knob, it'll drain the battery.
Knob, you can see the knob.
You can watch the knob.
Yes,
I had a whole room clear when we were. I had a guy named Chuck Hansen.
Oh yeah, from the
Mason House Inn.
Mason House Inn.
And he's got that analytical mind. They're there.
Yo,
Come on, baby.
I've never heard that before.
Come on, baby. Come on up.
No, that sounded like
That's a little girl.
No.
I got a little girl.
What did it sound like?
you
to
got a girl.
I got a little girl. She goes, "Hey, how are you?"
What did you hear?
I heard a guy talking like he sounded like country almost.
That's what I heard. I heard what he
I
heard.
got the little girl over here.
You got a girl?
Yeah.
I heard what you heard.
Come on,
I heard
baby,
like a
come on.
country
Yeah.
guy talking.
Come talk to us. We're here. We want to talk. Let's go. There she is. Did you hear?
You might scare Ingram.
Sweetheart, can you come up?
I'm open to it. I'm completely open.
Do you want to talk? I can help you.
I'd rather it be a ghost than a real person.
100% with
Yeah.
you on that.
Can you tell me your name? Say it real loud.
See if you hear anything.
Say your name really loud. We can't be friends if I don't know your name. I'm Mooney. You're not going to talk to me? Do you want to go home? There she is. Come on up.
You can hear her?
She just giggled. You heard her.
Yes. Did you hear that?
You're more than welcome here.
Come say hi. Look at all the stuff we have. Now somebody's howling.
Guys, this is the very first paranormal communication we've ever had on the HORRORble podcast.
Come on up. Come up and talk to us. Okay.
Let's see if we hear her again. We'll keep
At any
going.
point in
Or
time,
Dad.
interrupt. Okay. You guys been on these ghost hunts, paranormal investigations. Has there ever been a time where you guys feared for each other's safety at one point? Or you're just
Stagecoach Inn.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
mentioned it earlier, Stagecoach Inn in Iowa.
okay, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you how bad this place is. She got the burns, the scratches, the marks. My mom got the burns, the scratches, the marks. I even suffered a burn on my back.
Yes.
And then I don't know why we decided to do it. We decided to do one of the events there. And we actually brought in a group of about, 35, 40 people. And we took him into the house, and I'll tell you,
But we did tell them now.
we warned
Stuff's already
everybody.
happened to us, guys. Just make
This
sure
is-
you shield, you protect yourself.
This is a wicked haunting, right? This is one of the worst. So just so you know, whatever happens, happens. You're responsible, you
Yep.
know? So long story short, we did the class. We took everybody in for the investigation. 20 minutes into the investigation, everybody was gone. You
nobody-
saw tail lights going out.
People started
the car
leaving. People started leaving.
because there was so much activity happening inside the house, burns, scratches.
What?
People started getting attacked. Everyone was
people
like, we
being
gotta go.
pushed.
Yeah.
People swearing that they were being possessed. Yeah, it was an intense.
We might have to check this out ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The episode is on.
It's actually on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, it's on YouTube?
episode's
yeah, I'll
a-
send it to you so you
I
can.
Ghost-
definitely want to watch
Yeah.
it.
It's
Please.
a Ghost Box Chronicles episode. I don't remember
Is
which
it?
one.
Was it 5?
5, I think 5. Yeah.
I think it's 5.
I gotta tune in. So
yeah, it was
yeah.
good. It was good.
Please.
But
Yeah.
that was an intense, and I feared for her because we had an individual who was with us that he's the guy who brought us into the case, and he was convinced that his ex-wife who passed away was in the house, like her spirit was inside the house. She wasn't, but at one point he looked at her and thought that she was
Or something took over him.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to,
slow him down.
slow him down.
This is a big guy, and he's not himself. And then he's convinced that she's the evil thing that has taken the wife.
Yeah.
And he goes to attack her. And I had to physically run after and
Yeah,
stop
he-
the guy because he was going to
He
attack
starts
her.
running towards me, and I'm like, Chris. So he comes running from across the field to come and help.
And I'm in the midst of a cleansing and
Yes.
exorcism with the box over here. And I hear her running, and I see this guy chasing her down, and I'm like, oh my God. So I had to stop what I was doing to go save her. That place is intense.
Yeah, at this point, everyone had gone, had come outside. Like they all left the inside of that haunted location. We're sitting outside, like in the front yard of it, of the field of it, and I'm trying to do cleansings on people as they're leaving. Some people are like, "Oh, I just gotta go," and it was intense. But that place,
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that would be the one that I really feared for her. Nothing much bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, that one you got. Remember when we were doing, and I don't know if it was Stagecoach, if it was episode 4 or 5, but
It was the 4th.
where you're trying to connect with the energy of the house through the box. We're inside,
They drained me.
and
yeah.
it drained you. You almost passed out. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
So I was like, "Is he okay?"
Hello.
Heard it again.
That was the skinwalker. I think it's a skinwalker.
But yeah, that location. I think that's where I feel. I think that was the worst one for both of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I got strangled at the Lizzie Borden house, but we weren't together at the time, That was-
Strangled.
by a spirit at the Lizzie Borden house. Yeah.
What haven't you been through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys had a number of experiences individually and together.
Right.
What would be your overall, I guess, conclusion of Afterlife? So many people have this question, right? So, like, where do we go? What happens?
You want me to?
I think we have more or less the same
view on it.
view on it.
So I'll jump
Yeah,
in. So I've been really blessed to be invited into the death process where people are passing, and there's some things that are repeatable, right? So the first thing is everybody, when we die, we lose a small amount of weight. Science can't account for it. It's not liquid. It's not gas. It just vanishes from our bodies, right? And if you're filming in that point, you're going to see a light leave the body of some kind. We believe that's actual spiritual energy that has weight and mass, okay? So what happens is, from what we've been able to see, one spirit will start to move towards the light. Everybody talks about the light, right? They'll move towards the light. They'll go through the light. They'll move into the other side. They'll be able to come and go as they please. That's an intelligent spirit, okay? The second spirit we deal with is an earthbound spirit. And what they'll do is the same energy will leave the body. It'll move towards the light, but it'll make the decision not to move into the light. It'll try to go back to the body, but the body's not receptive. You can't go back into something that's not alive. And they'll place themselves in what would be the middle ground, purgatory.
What we can hear talking. And
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no companionship. There's no sense of time. It's like living a nightmare. They just go over everything that went wrong in their life, okay? So when you talk to the intelligent spirit and you talk to the earthbound spirit, you say, earthbound spirit, why don't you just cross over? And they'll say, no, Fire and brimstone, can't do that. I did too many things wrong in my life. I didn't live a good enough life. I can't possibly go through. If you talk to the intelligent spirit will tell you everybody ends up in the same fucking place. We all end up on the other side in the same place. The punishment is the middle ground. So
when you're stuck,
they're literally putting themselves in a self-imposed timeout not to move over.
And I think those that don't deserve to move on stay in that middle ground forever.
But then people like us come in and we start talking to them and they give the confessional, they do the whole thing, and we'll help them move over. We'll help them cross.
So kind of what I'm hearing is that like in a sense what we call hell,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Where
But there's-
people talk about these screams and these
Yes.
Right.
cry out for help.
But it's
and-
not unending.
Right.
That's the lie. The lie is that there's no salvation. The salvation is always right there. But you're punishing yourself for the things you thought you did.
because you don't feel like you're worth
But I
Right.
moving on.
in the way I see
That's
it, this is probably where the point where we differ. The way I see it, because I believe karma is very real,
Okay.
and I believe karma goes with you whether you're here in human form, whether you're in spirit form. So I think that if you very much deserve to be there, you know, maybe karma's way of making you stay there is never letting you think, oh, okay, I deserve to cross.
Yeah.
Maybe karma's like, nope, you're always gonna think that you belong here because you did something awful, right? And maybe you don't get to ascend until you've done your time, you know?
I just think it's a trip to think that Mother Teresa and Hitler are going to end up in the same place. Right? I mean, when you think about it, because, you know, she supposedly does good her whole life and
Right.
everything. And then, Hitler does all the terrible things. But they eventually just end up back in the same space.
And that's where I think karma says, nope, that part of that little piece of knowledge is never gonna reach that person's understanding. That because maybe it's the bruja in me, the witchy part of me that I'm like, no, you don't. You're gonna stay there.
Yeah.
Because I believe I think if somebody deserves it, obviously they'll get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they don't, I don't think they're ever gonna have that. And if for some reason at some point they do, maybe there's something greater that's gonna happen.
Well, and our friend Bloody Mary, she believes a lot like you do in that case. And
Yes.
like during the Zach and Addie murder, she owns that property, right? And so she didn't believe that Zach deserved to move on because he murdered his girlfriend and tried to cook her and eat her. You know, so he believed.
Jesus.
You haven't heard that story?
Oh, it's insane.
Oh, so that's one of our most insane ghost stories that we have there that we've experienced and we've been around. It's there in New Orleans. It's if you're ever there, go visit
Bloody Mary's
Bloody
Haunted
Mary.
Museum.
I don't think I want to visit.
Bloody Mary's Haunted. It's really cool though. It's really neat.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary's Haunted Museum.
And I actually loaned her all the original ghost boxes. She has them all on display.
on display there.
The
So you can go
originals.
see that one that we
The
used.
big one is
The
there.
big one, yeah,
it's
the
there.
first
I
one.
gotta go see it.
You gotta
there,
go
it's
see
there.
that. Yeah.
It's got me on the thing and Frank and the book
Yeah.
and the whole thing.
Yeah. So
But it's in the property where the murder took place.
she does tours there where like she'll tell people the story and then she has people do a ghost hunt on the top. And so that's where she believes a lot like me. And she works with the spirits that have passed away, and she's worked with Addie. I think Addie has
Addie's
crossed,
crossed.
and she's worked. But she for the longest time believed, well, karma. I don't think Zach did because what
So-
he did to his girlfriend.
So she put Zach in the wall. She actually put him in, like, he's in the walls of the place. So I've got a picture.
He's not in the wall anymore.
No, he's out now. But
he's out now.
at the time, she had him in the wall as punishment. So I took a picture of her once, not knowing this. I took a picture of her, and there's literally a male figure. Like it looks like a horror. It looks like the scene from Nightmare on Elm Street, where
He's
coming
coming
through
out
the
of
wall
the-
like
yeah.
that. It's like bubbling out.
Yep.
You can see the face. You can see the hands. It's over the top of her.
Yeah.
And it's
But
legit.
that wasn't planned.
No, that wasn't planned.
But she sent us up for a ghost hunt just to see what we'd pick up
And
on.
then I sat there where, in that seat where the wall was, and I felt uneasy. And I was like, oh, I don't like that area. And then she was watching us from the bottom because she's got security cameras. She's like, why didn't you like that? I'm like, I felt something behind me. She's like, okay. She's like, yeah, that's where people feel him because he's in that wall.
Let me ask you something really quick.
Mhm.
Did you feel anything behind you during this podcast?
Yes.
I didn't say anything. And while Chris was talking, I was looking behind you. A piece of her hair was doing this. It was almost in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And
Did
your
you
hair,
see that I kept turning around?
and there's been wind, right?
Yeah.
Like even his hair was blowing.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you have one piece,
Just one.
it was sticking up
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
a good 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
And I was staring at it like,
You're like, oh.
why is that one just
Yeah.
standing
Was it
there?
after I said something still lurks?
I'm not sure because he was speaking.
Oh, okay.
And it was while he was talking to the little girl.
Oh, so it was after I said
was
that.
thinking like maybe
Yeah.
they're closer than we think. Or
Maybe that little girl did come.
maybe.
I did invite her to come play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Thanks a lot.
Maybe.
She's innocent. She's good.
So I want to get to some stuff outside of paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
We were talking a little earlier about horror attractions
Mhm.
and even a little bit about movies. Are you guys like fully in horror attractions, movies, scary movies? Is that something you guys do outside of work or?
Yes, I love scary movies. I love horror movies. I'm not so good with scary attractions.
Man.
Tell me
So
why.
I went with her one time. This is all just one time because I used to love costume haunted houses. For me, it's because I don't get scared.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
doesn't.
I like that adrenaline rush. I understand why people use what they do because you need that rush. And I just don't get it anymore, you know? So that's why I used to go to haunted houses.
Right.
Because people jumping out at you, I don't care who you are. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Exactly.
but I went with her one time. I had to lead the charge out of because she was screaming so much.
What do I say the whole time?
Fuck.
No.
Yeah.
That's me the whole time.
And she had her claws in my arm.
My claws.
And I had to like push the way through the entire thing. So I had to keep getting everything in the face. Oh, God,
Yeah.
no. But yeah, I had to basically just bail through the entire thing.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoy, I like really like going into places and experiencing it. I
Right.
like to like stop and look at everything and see
Exactly.
the art and, you know, all that. But
The whole time, me going through those, just no. That's just me the whole time, just screaming at them.
she curses out every actor.
Yeah, I fuck you. Fuck
It's
you.
not personal, guys.
Exactly. No, but I enjoy it. And it's funny you were talking about that too, because I realized I was kind of like tortured as a kid. I didn't even really think about it. But my mom was really into horror movies when I was little. Now you got to realize I am living, okay, I didn't get to finish telling you. I'm living on Arapaho Indian burial ground.
Okay.
The hill that I'm living on is the burial ground. The house is on top of we're talking full-blown poltergeist, right? And my mom is bringing home every horror movie you can possibly imagine.
So you just
From
mixing the two.
Poltergeist, Friday the 13th, Sleepaway Camp. I'm getting all of them. And I'm sitting at night watching the lights out in Most Haunted House, watching these movies. And I'm like, oh my God. Now I'm realizing, I'm having the realization that's some kind of torture.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And tell them, how do I watch horror movies?
She like this.
Like this. I'm watching like this. Like I'll be like this. Like I have to have my fingers like the blinds, and
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, what's happening? Okay, no.
Like she
That's
wants
how-
me to.
But do
like,
you want to watch them?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
She has the desire, but I'm like her seeing eye dog. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like I have to tell you. Okay, yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Or
No,
I'll do this. I'll be like,
we watched.
There's a lot of people that watch movies like that, though.
We watched the latest It, like the original It,
The original.
not the original, but the one they put out in the theater. We watched that in L.A.
yes.
and she was screaming louder than anybody in the entire theater. The entire time, I was like, "Come on, calm down."
But that's one of my phobias is clowns. And what created that phobia for me was the poltergeist. That darn clown scene, man. That clown scene. I hated
that
clowns.
did it for everybody.
Yeah, that and the original It. Tim Curry as It. I mean that was for me that's scarier than the remake.
The shower scene killed me as a kid. Killed me as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get. I was probably dirty for a week.
Oh, yeah. Not going in.
Taking a bird bath with a washcloth.
And I don't know why I watched it. Of course,
Yeah.
the movie that really I would cry. And there'd be times like well, it wasn't a remote back then. It was the kind of when we were little, the little dial that you go, the
Yeah,
cable
yeah.
dial thing, be switching through the channels, and sometimes without a warning. I remember one time I started crying. It was The Exorcist was on, but it was Reagan's face right before she twisted her head all the way around, and she's like that.
Yep.
That's what was. I was like, ah! Just ran out of the room and I started crying.
If that movie still, I go back and watch it. I still have trauma. I still have trauma with that movie.
People talked about during the filming of that movie,
It was cursed.
they had all kind of weird shit happening.
It was
and-
cursed, man.
It was a cursed movie,
if you
yeah.
call out to the devil will come. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
I
I mean, you got priests there. You got
Oh,
crosses,
yeah.
Bibles. You got
and you got mix of truth and lies and like rewrites and all these different things. And I'm thinking, and you got this little girl. She's literally being tortured, you know. And she was. They made her as frightened as they possibly could through the whole process to get that out of her. Then she ends up being a drug addict. She has a terrible life, and all these things happen.
What do you think about that? That's so fucked up.
That's
it's
so
with-
yeah.
Art, right? But that was the whole thing. Well, I had to do
Like
that.
she was
because there's-
sacrificed in a way.
She was.
Well, they did the same thing to Shelley Duvall in The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jack Nicholson
Yeah.
would go up and say, "I'm not acting. This is true. I'm going to kill you." I mean, and she
that's
had,
real fear you see.
when he's coming through that door. That's not acting. That is genuine. This guy's coming in to take me out. And yeah, she had some trouble after that too.
I think if you go back and rewatch it, there's that scene when he's coming through she actually says Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If
she
you
does.
hear it in the middle of her screams, I remember watching or reading an article. If you go, they left that in there, but that's like a mistake. She calls him by his name.
Yeah, literally thought that he was coming in to do the deed. But I did want to mention too, on the side note, with The Exorcist, because the greatest atrocity I think in horror movie history was Exorcist 2. Because Exorcist 2 it was so stupid. It was the worst thing ever. And so that was just a joke. But nobody paid attention to Exorcist 3. And that's one of the greatest horror movies that will ever be made. It's nearly perfect. Because it's part 2.
Yeah.
It's part 2.
It's the real part.
And you
too.
got George C. Scott. You got all these amazing actors in there. I mean, that was an insane, and the concept of Damien, after he rolled down the stairs, while he's dead, he's gone. He was just alive enough that they possessed him, and and were able to bring him back and get him into the insane asylum, and then make him confront the cop and all. Like that movie was amazing.
Exorcist 3.
Exorcist 3, what a great.
Because
I
it
gotta go watch it
has
again.
directly to the first movie.
Yeah.
It should be the real part 2.
Exorcist 2, whatever. but the third one should be part 2.
Yeah.
It's a great. I mean, if you get a chance, go back.
I definitely got to go back.
Please
and
watch
it.
that
Yeah.
because it's the best acting, greatest effects. It's great.
Damn. Okay. We're gonna finish out with the game.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna give you. Your guys' game gonna be a little different because it's 2 of you guys.
All right.
So, hear me out. Y'all were both doing a seance in an abandoned shopping mall.
Okay.
Got it? Your significant other is possessed and wants to kill you.
Oh shit.
So the person next to you gets possessed and things go bad. Got it?
Yeah.
D, I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay.
Okay, ladies go first. So you got a small bottle of super glue, a stop sign, and a flower pot. Tell me how you would take out your husband.
All right. So I think I'd probably super glue. That's so bad.
As creative as you could get, whatever.
I think-
There's no right answer here.
I think I would have to. Let me say, I'd have to do this. I'd have to super glue your eyes shut, and
But he's trying to kill you.
How are you gonna get close?
You might be getting too close.
okay. All right, you're right. See, I'd already be dead.
Super glue his eyes shut.
I think I'd have to a flower pot. Well, I'd throw the flower pot
Yep.
at
okay.
him.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Knock him out. Just make him fall long enough to put a bunch of super glue on the stop sign
Okay.
and super glue it to his face.
That's smart.
That way
He can't see.
You can't
Yeah.
see. I'm blind.
Yeah.
You can get out of there now.
Now I can
That's
get
not
out of there.
bad. That's pretty
Okay.
ingenious. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's good.
All right, Chris.
All right.
Your 3 items. You ready?
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad.
All right.
A shitty baby diaper.
Oh.
A shitty baby diaper.
Okay.
1 boxing glove
Okay.
and a bag of chicken feet.
I think his items are better than mine.
Okay. So I'm gonna be fast on this one.
All right.
She's coming at me. She's probably mouth is going the whole thing. I'm gonna take that chicken feet and I'm gonna shove it down her throat real quick. I'm gonna choke her because she has a tendency to choke anyway.
Yep.
So I'm gonna shove the chicken feet down her throat, take the shitty bitty baby diaper, and that's going on the face right there.
Mush it.
Because do I choke or do I pull the thing off? She's in total confusion.
Yep.
And then I gotta take that
The boxing glove.
glove and just beat the shit out. That's all I got.
This is probably the best one yet. Hey guys, we do not condone violence,
No.
but
we
all
don't.
the hypothetical for horrible luck. That was fantastic. Okay, I just want to finish out with this last thing.
All right.
Because you guys do so much,
Yeah.
right? Like you guys really do a lot. And just to name off a few, Magic Moon, metaphysical, right? Physical. You do psychic readings. You guys do Ghost Hunt, Ghost Hunt University.
Yeah.
Can you tell the people where they can actually take part or how they could find you guys?
Yeah.
Basically, I want them to know where to find you if they.
Right. I would say the number one place to go is TikTok. That's our thing. I don't know why.
That became our thing. They could find us on Instagram for sure. They can find Magic Moon Metaphysical on Instagram. And we're constantly posting on there from our store. They can get a hold of us there for readings and stuff.
TikTok too.
TikTok, yours?
Can you tell the TikTok name? so they
Yeah.
know?
So that's Magic Moon Metaphysical. And then most of the people, because I do most of the lives, it's Psychic Mooney.
Psychic Mooney on TikTok.
MOONIE.
Yeah,
Yeah.
MOONIE. So
Yeah.
Psychic Mooney.
And D Butterfly.
Yeah,
321.
D Butterfly 321. That's me, D
And-
Butterfly 321.
Most of the stuff that we do is online. Honestly, most of our clients are, if they're not in the States, or somewhere.
Yep.
Australia, New Zealand, all kinds of different places, but India. And we have our physical shop in Brownsville.
Gotcha.
So that's a place they can stop by there as well and come
and-
see
Do you
us.
have the name of the shop?
Yeah, it's Magic Moon Metaphysical.
Magic Moon Metaphysical, and they can also contact us on the shop's website,
Yeah,
which is, that's a different one.
that website, the name is
Yeah.
a mess.
Yeah, it's moondyinc.myshopify.com.
moondyinc.myshopify.com.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. And the last thing that I really want to finish with overall is something that I started new. How do you want, because you guys are kind of leaving behind a legacy of somewhat, right? And how is there a message that you would want to leave people, whether it be their beliefs, whether it be something you want them to know? Is there a message that you have for the people watching?
That's a great question because, Ed and Lorraine Warren in the investigation side of things, they really kind of led the way for all of us. So we're kind of in that next generation behind them. I just encourage everybody, like I always say, when you're ghost hunting, be respectful. If you're talking to spirits, approach them like you'd like to be approached. Don't just go out there and wing it, really learn from the people who've done this for so long.
Yeah, and we always say leave places, leave people, leave spirits, leave experiences better than you found them. I always say that, try to do some good with it. If it's something that needs help, something that needs healing, do that. It's just the world needs so much of that.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. I appreciate you guys making it all the way down to Austin,
Absolutely,
Texas.
It was our pleasure. Thank you. Thank
Hopefully
you so
we
much
can
for
do
having
this
us.
again because
Yeah,
I know you
love
guys
to.
have so much more to
Love
tell.
to.
I would love to do this again because there's so much
We
more.
haven't scratched the surface.
We
We
should make it
haven't.
happen for sure.
Yeah, no, we haven't even. I mean, there's so much more.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even get to tell you what happened to the Tro dolls.
We're going to get back to that.
Yeah.
Part 2, guys, coming. But I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. Stay horrible.